Opening in cinemas this weekend is the action-packed edge-of-your-seat film Olympus Has Fallen. In this film, ex-Secret Forces agent Mike Banning finds himself trapped inside the White House in Washington, D.C. in the wake of a terrorist attack. Using his inside knowledge, Banning must work with national security to rescue the president from a catastrophic disaster.
Sir, there's been an intrusion. Let's go, move.
Hollywood A-listers Eckhart and Gerard Butler are just two of the many stars viewers will get to see in the movie. Ahead of the film's release, the two were out in South Africa as part of a promotional tour. Chatting to DStv.com, Butler, who not only stars in the film but also acts as a producer on it, says audiences are in for an epic ride.
It's an epic movie that we made, and there's a lot of constraints on that, and you're trying to move fast and create these massive set pieces and action sequences. And you're also, by the way, developing the script, working on your dialect, working on the choreography of fights, training at the gym so that you look like you can handle yourself. That and rehearsing the scene, working with directors. So there's a lot to do. But when you're making a movie like this, as you say, it's a fun movie to watch, and it's a provocative movie to watch. So when you know that you're involved in making something like that, then it doesn't feel like, that's not true, it does feel like work, but it's fun work. It doesn't feel like work, it kills you, but it's really enjoyable.
Eckhart plays the role of President Benjamin Asher in the film. In his research for the role, he said he had to envision what attributes make a good president.
Every American kid is grows up with the idea that they can be president of the United States. And now to play one in the movies, thank goodness not in real life, what's your ideal president? What have you been thinking of the president your entire life? My immediate reaction, first of all, is integrity, honesty, trustworthiness, being a good father, a good husband, and being courageous under extreme circumstances. And so I was able to really put those things to work in this movie. Nobody's ever seen a president being, beaten like this and tortured, and nobody's ever seen the White House being taken like it is, and especially after 9/11, when we're all so sensitive, the White House is vulnerable, and this movie really tackles that question.
We have contact from inside the White House.
Identify yourself. 309er.
Jesus, Banning?
Is this the same guy that was removed from the president's detail?
He is ex-Special Forces.
You understand, I've played heroes. There's different types of heroes. There's the Rocky type who thinks, he's going to lose, but he's going to fight anyway. And then there's the hero who's such absolute belief. It's more like a 300 style hero, and I think this was Mike Banning as well. He has such absolute belief in what he stands for and in his ability that, in his mind, I think he's probably thinking, it's a shame for these 40 terrorists that they're in here against me. And then to watch the strategy and even the improvisation and the tactics is one of the most fun parts of the movie.
Earlier in the week, Eckhart and Butler attended their first South African red carpet premiere, held at the Zone in Rosebank, Johannesburg. The two were blown away by the support and the number of people who turned up to see the movie.
We had a premiere last night that was off the charts. Just screaming fans and lots of girls, I have to say, for Jerry, and had a great time, great reception, and we heard this morning that they really liked the movie.
It was amazing, by the way. Aaron and I came off in shell shock because it was different levels. It took us an hour just to get up to where we were to stand on the podium and speak to the audience. It felt like an assault course, kind of getting through this bit, then up this bit, but everybody was so excited and friendly, and you can't ask for more than that when you make a movie. So I was all buzzed. I was acting like a little kid, I'm like doing surfing up the escalator, and I just went with it. I had a great time.
Mr. Speaker, you are the acting president.
I want to speak for the Russians, the Chinese, the British, and the French, in that order.
If you attempt to retake this building, I will execute your commander-in-chief.
Oh my God.
From Moscow to South Africa to New York, as just a movie that grips you from beginning to end, full-on action.
So if you can make an action movie that's exciting, that's entertaining, that has you on the edge of your seat, has you laughing, has you in tears, and really makes you think, and put a cast like Morgan Freeman, Eckhart, Angela Bassett, Melissa. It feels like I practice this, by the way. It's like but it's just when I have to talk about what's good about this movie, I get excited and I rabbit on because I really think there's a lot of great stuff in this movie.
Olympus Has Fallen is now showing.